best I can do is promise you cookies, man. Who's delivering my welcome this morning?
Good morning. My name is Vincent Ossery. I'm currently serving as president of this congregation. All are welcome to join our hybrid worship service of the Fourth Unitarian Universalist congregation of Westchester, where everyone is welcome and everyone belongs. A special welcome to those new to our congregation. We're glad you're joining us this morning. We invite you to stay for our coffee hour after the service, and we hope you will sign our guest book. We are a liberal and inclusive community where members and friends gather together to support each other in their spiritual journeys and to give service to the wider world of which we are a part. If you would like to learn more about our congregation and our faith tradition of Unitarian Universalism, we encourage you to connect with Harold Stillman, Lauren Normay, or Gretchen Grimm from our membership committee after the service. If you're joining us on Zoom, please put your name and contact information in the chat and someone will reach out to you. You can also visit our website at www.4thuu.org.
Hi, good morning, I'm Beth. Can you hear me? Can you hear? Okay. I just wanted to share about our donations to the residents of Peekskill Housing Authority. We did our first collection at the last service and were able to deliver 8 $20 store grocery coupons. What I learned that week is that the Housing Authority reached out to too many sources in the general community to try to get benefits, because at the time the government was shut down and many of the residents were not getting their SNAP benefits, and it was pretty difficult. It turns out that except with one exception, and that was the Fourth Unitarian Universalist congregation of Westchester, none of the other places they had outreached to responded. So they partnered with Westchester COP, which is it's been around a long time, and our dear Leslie Heffernan sat on their board for a couple of years, way back when. They provide emergency services to anybody who walks in the door, including food and clothing, and sometimes a little cash if they have to get to a doctor's appointment or whatever. And between Westchester CHOP and the little bit we were able to throw in, they had food boxes and other stuff to pass along. So we're doing a second collection today to provide more grocery cards, more going into the rest of the holiday season. And one, I hugely appreciate your generosity and compassion and hope you can extend some more of that today. Thank you.
So I would ask 2 people to come up and light our candles this morning, please. Thank you, David. Just come up here. And anyone want to join David? Oh, you don't want to hear me? You can't hear me, Maura? Sorry, I guess I have my soft voice on. I'll get heavier and then you can hear me. Okay. Thank you, Bob.
We celebrate with singing
Thank you. So first, I really want to thank Beth for being sure that we are counted among those who would respond to the call when help is needed. Thank you, Beth, and thank you to this congregation for your generosity. And happy belated Thanksgiving to everyone. And welcome to Rachel and Cindy on Zoom. It's good to see you guys, even if we're not seeing you. Thank you. We're very grateful for all of you. So our service this afternoon, or this morning, excuse me, is going to be about community and building community. And from our earliest roots, UUs have placed tremendous faith in the capacity of people to build a more just, compassionate, and inclusive society. And today, that is what we're going to talk about. This morning, our guest speaker is Ridvan Idara. She is the visionary founder of New Era Creative Space in Peekskill, and she's going to share with us about her innovative approach to community building and youth development. And I'm going to introduce her a little more fully later in the service. I'm also pleased to announce that during our service today, we will welcome 2 new members into the 4th UU community. Mike and Ruthann Cullinan Barr will sign our membership book today, and we are beyond grateful for that. Yay. And I need somebody to make sure we take a picture. To start our service this morning, I will share the words of UU Minister Reverend Leslie Takahashi, who says this: "We are known in community. We who have no all-knowing deity to whom to relegate all the heartbreaks and complexities of human hatreds often feel alone. We are held only in our search for truth. We who are not sure of what is larger than us are sometimes left with a sense of burden when the world is troubled. Our prayers witness and affirm mindful actions. We witness the voices of generations raised in opposition to one another. We witness strife and conflict and long for the one simple answer we know can never be. Our hope is to be open to new wisdoms and ancient truths. In our angers at the state of the world, we can lash out or are tempted to retreat within our own hearts. We are known in community. May we continue to strive to know one another in community." Susan, would you come up, join me, please? Would you light our chalice this morning? Careful, careful, careful. Take your time. Take your time. Come on up. Our chalice lighting words this morning are from the Reverend Deanna Vandiver. "As we light a chalice, a container of air, earth, and fire, this ritual of our faith reminds our subtle and crashing about beings that we are part of a collective, a community of care and connection, courage and questions." I'm always surprised about how many Unitarians it takes to light a chalice. All right, I'm going to read this anyway. You come over here. You come over here.
I forgot to turn it off.
You just come over here. "As we light a chalice, a container of earth, air, and fire, this ritual of our faith reminds us that our subtle and crashing about beings are part of a collective, a community of care and connection, courage and questions, scared and sacred together. Today we gather with intention and creativity, releasing what we must, shaping what we will, in a space made possible by generations of community care and the courage of connection. I'm so grateful to be connected to you.
Oh, me too.
Our chalice lighting song, please join our UU musicians. The words are in your order of service, followed by our unison affirmation.
Oh, may this chalice ever be a symbol of our unity, that in this hour we now unite our separate flames to make one light.
Love is the spirit of
This fellowship, this is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another.
Please rise and body your spirit. Our opening hymn is number 338 in the great hymnal, I Seek the Spirit of the Child.
We invite you to stand in body or spirit. We have 3 verses. Listen if you'd like for the first, if you're not familiar with it, and join in whenever you can.
338.
338 in the great hymnal.
I seek the spirit of a child who meets life naturally, the child who sings the world alive and greets the morning sun with glee. Children are real beyond all art. May I see joy's a gift to our heart. I seek the freedom of a child who loves instinctively, who lights our day with just a smile and shines that light on all we see. Children are real beyond our fears. May I see doves a gift to our tears. I seek the wonder of a child who sees delightfully, now clouds in cloud, now gold in sun, imaginations true and free. Children are real beyond our lives. May I see faith's a gift to our hearts.
Beautiful. Thank you. So we've come to the part in our service where we make space for celebration and grieving. The whole gallery of human experience as we share our joys and our sorrows with each other. I will light a candle for every joy and sorrow expressed. If you'd like a candle lit in silence, please just put your hand up. And Bob will pass a microphone around the room. If you'd like to share from your seat, you could also come up to the center here. Please speak directly into the microphone so you can be clearly heard. Cindy or Rachel, do you have a joy or sorrow to share this morning? My joy is to be here with you all this morning. My joy is to be leading this congregation and at your request. My joy is that our congregation is growing. Thank you, Mike and Ruthann. And Deborah. And Stephanie. And Pat. And all the beloved people who are here. And Marianne. And welcome Susan and welcome Ridvan. We are so grateful for your, we could go on and on. So I light this candle of gratitude for you all and for this beloved congregation. I have to say that the service for Leslie Heffernan last night was just wonderful. And I was very proud to be the recipient of so many good comments from people who came to celebrate her life and felt that they wanted to let me know how wonderful this place was. Your place is beautiful. Your place is wonderful. We are so grateful for this congregation. These are the comments that I received, and I wanted to make sure that you knew, and I passed them on to you. Thank you for making this the beautiful, wonderful, loving, amazing place that it is. One final candle. For all those joys and sorrows, spoken and unspoken, may we have place in our heart for the full gallery of the human experience. And for all those who are searching for a home, a place to belong, for all of those whose countries are ravaged by war, whose homes are not safe, and who are feeling betrayed, for all those who are looking for a place where they can feel loved, this is your place. We honor your journey, and we offer our home to you. Amen. We have come to that time in our service when we take the offering and we open our hearts and our wallets to give to those causes that we care deeply about. As you heard this morning, we will have two collections, one to benefit this 4th UU community and the second to benefit the Peekskill Housing Authority. We will pass two baskets. The basket with the checkered cloth is for Peekskill Housing Authority. The basket without is for the 4th UU. Thank you. Lauren and Bob will pass the baskets this morning. That's for Housing Authority. The one with the cloth is for the Housing Authority.
You have a dream you want to follow. No need to work all by yourself. Just have your parents talk it over. Ask your siblings if they know more. Ask a teacher for their time and a little help. Do you have a question or a puzzle? Wondering who or how or why? See what your grandparents might say, or all your cousins down the way. Maybe a neighbor or a friend can give a try. 'Cause it takes a village, many voices, many hands and many hearts along the way. And it takes a heartbeat and many stories to light a path so everyone can find their way. Celebrate every day together. Everything big and small and kind. Be it a second or a season, we can always find a reason. Look around at all the people in our lives. 'Cause it takes a village, many voices, many hands and many hearts along the way. And it takes a heartbeat, many stories, to light a path so everyone can find their way. Oh, hey, oh, oh, oh. Oh, hey, oh, oh, oh. Oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. Oh, hey, oh, oh, oh. Takes a village, many voices, many hands and many hearts along the way. And it takes a heartbeat, many stories to light a path so everyone can find their way. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
So that was amazing. So this is a great day for us here at 4th UU. We're excited and honored to have two of our newest family members sign our membership book and become official members of this congregation. So I'm going to invite Lauren Normay up to the front, please. Lauren is a member of our membership committee, and please Vincent Arsery, who is president of our board, or board chair. So as we prepare to draw the circle of our congregation wider, let us give thanks for the journey that has brought us together today. And I'm going to allow Lauren to speak, and let's see, Mike and Ruth Ann, why don't you come on up? And I'm going to invite you to stand right on this side. Ruth Ann, is it okay for you to stand for a little while? Do you need to sit? Okay.
Okay, smile for the camera.
Okay, thank you.
We all began as visitors to a congregation. Courageously curious, we enter a new community, hopeful that we will be welcomed, engaged, and at home. Mike and Ruth Ann, you came to us as experienced UUs, having to come to us from Unitarian Universalist congregation of Milford, New Hampshire. When you moved to be closer to your family, since coming to us a year ago, you have become like family to us as well. We couldn't be happier to have you to make it official today as you sign our membership book. Please know that we value you, we welcome you, and we look forward to sharing your journey for years to come.
When you sign the membership book, you are making an indelible mark on this congregation, committing to be a creative force in this community and to support our mission and our covenant. Members have the privilege and responsibility to vote in our annual meetings, shaping our shared future. With our covenant at our center, members agree not to a creed, but a commitment to relationships and our shared mission, to be a caring and inclusive spiritual community that honors differences and supports open-minded spiritual exploration and ethical development. To celebrate life, nurture each other, and provide support in loving and open-hearted acceptance, and to commit ourselves to social justice through action in our local community and the larger world. Thank you for choosing to join us today.
Thank you, Vincent. So, members of 4th UU, it's now your turn, and you're going to find a printed statement at your chair, and if it's not in your chair, there's certainly a chair next to you that it is. And we're going to ask you to please join me in welcoming Ruth Ann and Mike officially. Ruth Ann and Mike, we joyfully welcome you into our congregation and gratefully acknowledge your choice to join us. May you find among us fellowship and help in time of need. We want to hear your questions and your ideas, your hopes and your fears. We celebrate your choice to join us and honor us with your presence and commitment. Take your place among us with confidence. You are welcome to join us in this journey of co-creation, collaboration, and fellowship.
We come to this congregation aware of the privileges and responsibilities of membership. We bring our talents and our enthusiasm, our shortcomings and our doubts, our gifts and our hopes. Today we take our place among you with joy and confidence.
May all those who share this journey with us
always find a loving community here
and find themselves at home. All right, love that. So, Ruth Ann and Mike, if you would please just sign our membership book and please put the date. We're not very ceremonious here. It's the 30th. There you go. So beautiful. So it's my privilege and honor to welcome the newest members of Fourth UU congregation, Mike and Ruth Ann Cullenenbohr. Would you like to say something?
Michael has something to say.
On a much lighter side, we have been excited to join your congregation, but I'm inspired because why would this congregation accept membership from people from New Hampshire and also being Red Sox fans? But I want to thank everyone. Reverend Lane, you have inspired us with your leadership, thoughts and prayers, and the entire congregation. We thank everybody.
So it's my pleasure and honor to introduce our guest speaker for this morning. Ridvan Idara is the founder and executive director of New Era Creative Space located in Peekskill. Guided by the belief in the oneness of humanity, Ridvan Idara is committed to promoting in young people the conviction that they can be the voice of positive change in the world. To this end, for over 2 decades, she has committed her time, energy, and resources to developing creative and educational programs for children, emphasizing developing their moral capabilities alongside their intellectual and artistic talent. As the visionary founder and executive creator, she has cultivated a uniquely positive and collaborative approach to education, community organizing, staff development, and conflict resolution. Under Ridvan's leadership, NECS has earned widespread recognition for its impact, receiving awards both locally and nationally. Ridvan holds a master's degree in occupational therapy and is a certified positive discipline parenting educator. She is actively involved in her community, serving on the New York Presbyterian Hospital Hudson Valley Advisory Committee, the Westchester Youth Alliance Advisory Board, and she is also a member of the Peekskill Arts Council and the Peekskill NAACP. To read more about New Era Creative Space and Ridvan Idara, visit their website at necspace.org.
Good morning. Thank you for welcoming me to your congregation today to speak about New Era Creative Space and how we cultivate and empower young people through the arts. Can I use that instead so that I can watch the presentation? Can you hear me? Great. So I put together a little presentation, and I'll just talk through the presentation. I think Josh is going to put it up. But yes, thank you for having me and for that wonderful introduction.
Yeah, I will do that.
Thank you. So I am as you heard, the executive director and founder of New Era Creative Space. We're an arts educational program in Peekskill, New York. We have a center right next to the Bean Runner. So if you're ever in Peekskill and coming about, please stop in anytime. We're usually there from Monday all week in the morning. Somebody's there to there's also a gallery in the building so you can see beautiful art. So how this started, inspiring stronger communities through creative programs, that is our mission, New Era Creative Space's mission. And it took a while for us. I've been doing programming for young people for over 20 years, and New Era Creative Space came to being because there was a need. It started with theater. There weren't any theater companies in the area. And it wasn't just about theater for me, it was about inspiring young people through the arts, using theater as a tool for character development, using the arts as a tool for building character. So our theater program was all about building character on stage. So we really were intentional about finding plays that focused on social justice and focused on social issues so that children in being on stage could learn how to communicate, interact with each other, and really be mindful about the social issues that impact their lives so that they can have a voice in the future of how to change things that don't work for them Go next. So inspiring stronger communities. It took our whole group of, in a collaborative team, we came up with, like, what are we, especially during the pandemic. We'd been doing this for a while, and during the pandemic, we had this break, and we really decided to think intentionally about who we are as an organization and how we want to show up in the world. And what are we doing, really? And the arts is our tool, but really what we're doing is inspiring stronger communities. And so in doing so, we have to be really intentional about how we go about our programming. So we are a year-long educational center, and I was inspired by this quote by the Baha'i writing. It says, now I've forgotten, regard man as a mine rich in gems of inestimable value. Education can alone cause it to reveal its splendors and mankind to benefit therefrom. And this is from the Baha'i writings, which inspires my life. So what is this? Man, every one of us is a mine rich in gems of inestimable value. And education means to draw forth what? Those gems that are within us. So how can we use education as a tool to draw forth those gems that are within every one of us? And why not start with young children? Next. And so we decided to be really intentional about how we go about it, and we thought really long about what it is we are trying to bring into the world. So we centered our work around these 6 core values, and it took a while to, like, what core, because there's so many values that you can pick, but what are the core values that could guide our programs? And so we were very intentional, and these are the ones that we came in. Creativity, we're a creative space, and we want to be always innovating and thinking creatively about programming, about working with children, about everything that we do. Joy, to derive joy from intellectual pursuit. And it's very important. I mean, there's this other quote that says, joy gives us wings. And in moments of joy, that's when we have the great potential. So it's not, we see so much children going to school and not wanting to go to school because it's boring for them, right? So we are very intentional about, it's not just about being creative, but finding ways that so that they can derive joy from their pursuits, from their artistic and intellectual pursuits. Justice was another core value that we are very dedicated to. We live in an unjust world. We live in community, in Peekskill, there's a great number of students who can't afford arts programs. They can't afford, their parents can't afford to send them to high quality art programs. So our dedication is to make sure that we are equitable, not only in the fact that we provide scholarships to every child that asks for it, but also that we're teaching our staff to recognize their implicit bias and know that when they are teaching children of different backgrounds, to be really aware of their implicit bias so that there's justice in how we treat all of the children that join that are in our space. And so we decided that, you know, justice was one of those core values, and we would weave into everything that we do. Nobility, this idea that we are all created noble. We all have the potential within us to do great things, and to treat each child that comes into our space as a noble being, and also to recognize the nobility within each other, with our teachers and within each other. So that is another. And service, we're all in service to one another, in service to our children, and the children are in service to us. And to really bring that as we teach them to collaborate with each other, to work together collaboratively and be of service to one another, so that as they develop their talents, we take away this hierarchy and rather have them work together to help each other to move forward and upward together. And service, and we can only do that in service if we recognize that we are in service to one another. And empathy, we live in a world where, once again, competition has stripped away empathy, because we're constantly competing. To have empathy and put ourselves in other people's shoes and feel with them and walk with them in whatever they are going through. So we are really intentional in that every year, several times a year, we have workshops with our staff to really drive home these values. Like when you are, we tell our staff, when you're developing curriculum, make sure that all of these, values are woven into the curriculum, because we are not only creating a space where children can come and do art, we're creating a culture in which they feel like they belong so that they can go out into the world and bring all these values into the world. Next. And so our vision is that how do we build strong communities that are vibrant, self-sustaining, and diverse? We attract diversity by making it accessible to everybody, right, regardless of what their background is. We create programs that encourage kids to be active agents of positive change. So when we're doing theater or art, we're thinking about subjects of justice, of social justice. We want them to be enabled with social emotional skills and to enact change, to empower them to take on leadership roles. Many of our students, so we don't want parents to come drop off children, have classes, and then leave and move. We want to watch them grow through our programs, because when they stay with us and they grow through our programs, we can see change and we can impact change within them. And so many of our students start with us and stay through high school, which is really powerful. And some of them even come back, and we've hired some of them when they come back after college to work with us. So we're building community through in these ways. And we want them to be excited and to think of themselves as the next generation of visionary thinkers. Next. So I just wanted to, especially in the time, we live in very challenging times. And I was called recently to speak in front of the legislators of why the arts. So the arts are being cut. Funding to the arts are being cut, and the arts are always the first programs to go. And so I thought about what to say to the legislators, and I wanted to bring up to them that the suicide rates in our children are rising. And it's really an epidemic right now. If it's just getting worse every year. And what what I try to impart to them, it's arts is not a luxury. It's not this extracurricular good thing that we do. Arts is necessary for their physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. So as we're thinking about the arts, we have to think of it as a necessary infrastructure. We have to think of the whole child. It's not just, a lot of funding, when funding gets cut, we think about food and feeding the child, the physical child, which is really important and rightfully so. But we also have to feed their spiritual or an emotional being. We have to look at the child as a whole child. And we've heard through the years that we've had children tell us that arts, being at NECS, saved their lives. It gave them purpose. It gave them something to do. So we're feeding them. Arts feeds the child's self-esteem. It reduces anxiety. And this is research. This is not, I'm not making this up. The research shows. So by supporting the arts, we are really feeding the whole child, because if our kids are giving up their lives because of lack of hope in a very challenging time, right? Isn't it just as important to feed their emotional and spiritual well-being? And so the arts is one of those tools. It's not the only one, but it is one of those powerful tools that can do that, and that enables children to continue to have hope, to have something to do so that they can value their lives. So my argument is, let's start seeing the arts, just, the canvas, the arts as a canvas for them to really develop their skills and have hope for the future. Next. So at New Era Creative Space, I just wanted to show you some of our impact. In 2024, we delivered about $206,000 in subsidies, discounts, and scholarships. It takes a village. We can't do this alone. We have a team, we have a staff, but we also have $50,000 saved through volunteer time and talent. And this is only what we calculated. I have a feeling it's more than that. So it's people coming together and serving and helping us in our community to really keep this work going, because we cannot, if 100% of our students who ask for scholarships get it, and that's our commitment, that 100% of the students that come with us and need scholarship will receive it, that means we need people, people to help this, people to contribute, people to serve in whatever ways that they can. And we had over 500 students last year participate in our programs. And through our presentations and shows and everything, we impacted over 1,400 people came to see our programs and participate, adults as well. And so the way this happens is a community, over 300 members of the community that includes individuals, which individuals actually covers most, I would say 200 or more are individuals. Corporations and foundations contribute to this process, whether it's financially or with their time, so that we can make this kind of impact. Next. So I just want to show you, I think, a short video, if it comes up. And if we can play that, it's just 3 minutes, if you'll indulge me.
This year at New Era Creative Space, we've witnessed a community in motion, growing, creating, and
Maybe if we go online directly, I can show you where the link is, if that. Oh, there it is.
this year at New Era Creative Space, we've witnessed a
Okay.
Okay. It's gonna be interesting.
This year at New Era Creative Space, we've witnessed a community in motion, growing, creating, and thriving together. Our beautiful new space has allowed us to reach goals we've been working towards for 12 years. Over the past year, we have offered 69 programs, serving over 500 youth and 36 adults, with approximately 1,400 people engaging in our work as students, audience members, or community partners. We've also opened our doors to showcase local artists, transforming our space into a gallery. NECS has become a vibrant, street-level cultural hub, one of the few of its kind in Peekskill. Most importantly, we have had an inspiring year of programming. This spring, we launched a film competition where students, mentored by marketing and film professionals, created promotional videos for local organizations. Our Girls Empower Ed leadership program, which helps girls build confidence and find their voice, has doubled its enrollment, reaching more young women than ever before. As part of our ongoing partnership with Starfish International, 5 of our Empower Ed girls traveled to the Gambia to participate in community building and engage in cross-cultural exchange. Their visit coincided with the Gambia's historic decision to uphold the ban on female genital mutilation, offering powerful insight into activism and social justice. In partnership with A Call to Men, Executive Director Ridvan Idara led a healthy masculinity workshop for Starfish's young men, promoting respect, accountability, and the prevention of violence against women. In April, 5 students participated in our 3rd civil rights trip to Alabama, a powerful journey through Montgomery, Selma, and Birmingham. They learn from historians, artists, and activists, deepening their understanding of justice and the importance of truth-telling. Looking ahead, we're excited to develop a new audio room and art studio to enhance our film and music programs. We plan to provide students with year-round access to professional-grade technology and launch a workforce paid internship program. We also plan to create a garden connecting creativity with hands-on learning and nature. Now more than ever, young people need a safe space to build confidence, connect with others, and find their voice. NECS is committed to providing this space. We are nothing without the community that enables us to thrive. Sustained support for our endeavors has allowed us to grow, serving more youth year after year. Through your donations, you help us continue to open new doors, keeping creativity alive in every corner of Peekskill and beyond.
Thank you. I have just 2 more slides and then I'll wrap it up. So that's what we're doing in Peekskill. And I just, I always have a call to action. There are ways that we want you to be part of our community. We want you to support this program so that we can keep it going. And there's so many different ways to, directly through funding, investing in a child. We are running an year-end campaign, giving campaign, and the QR code is right there, or you could speak to me later. Become a community steward and sponsor a program like a theater program. Volunteer by donating services. It's not always, we save so much by people just showing up and use with their skills, whether it's marketing or whether it's in finance and just helping us, because we're learning and we're growing as an organization. When I started this program, it was supposed to be a short-term hobby. I was gonna be done once my children reached a certain age. And I really was contemplating 2018, bringing it to a close, because it's a lot of work running an organization where you're constantly fundraising to make sure all those children have this opportunity. And and I was sitting in a garden in one of the parks in Peekskill, and this quote, which it's a Baha'i quote, really, which I'd memorized, and it came to mind. I think revelation just comes to you once. It said, "O ye rich ones on earth, the poor in your midst are my trust. Guard ye my trust, and be not intent in thine own ease." So I thought about that, and I was like, was I only doing this for my children? Aren't all children our children? Do we stop when our children grow and graduate and stop thinking about all the children? And if the message is the poor in your midst are my trust, guard ye my trust, if we don't step up to guard God's trust, who will? And so that inspired me to keep this work going. And the only way to keep this work going is to do it with community, in community. So we're always asking people, join our advisory board, join our board. We need more people to join us so that we can sustain this into the future. We can sustain this beyond me, right? And we want that to be beyond one person. We want to sustain it into the future. So I invite you to join us, join our community, and help us continue this work and grow this work. So thank you. I don't know if anyone has questions or if there's time for questions.
5 minutes.
Thank you very much. I was curious, to what extent are some of these teaching of values, et cetera, done in the public school system? For everybody. It'd be great if some of this could be mainstream to that at some point. And then the other question was, in teaching things such as empathy and truth-telling, do you have particular curriculum or exercises, or is it just done through discussion, or how is that done?
So first about the school district, I wish. that there was more of it. And I can't speak to the school district, but what I've noticed when I go and do work in the school district, there's emphasis on academic, really, and on the intellectual capacity. So we're trying to build that in school districts. I really feel like in the future education has to be a merging of intellectual as well as spiritual education or ethical education. We need to bring it back into the schools, and I feel like it's lacking there. And as far as these weaving some of the empathy into the work that we do, so we do a lot of training of the staff so that they can notice and weave some of these values into their work, into their curriculum. But we are also actively writing curriculum so that it's one of the projects that I'm working on is to write curriculum so that we can share some of our curriculum with other communities over time. But, that takes time, and it takes funding to do more of that. So we are thinking about it, and we're working on it.
I just wanted to point out, I've been working for Ridvan. I'm the world's best mother-in-law. This is my boss. So I just wanted to point out that those trainings that you do for the staff enable us to and empower us to model the behaviors, to model those virtues in the way that we deal with the children. And I think that that's the most important way, in my own experience working with you, the most important way that those values are passed along.
Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation. If it's difficult to bring your program into the schools, how do the children find you?
So we do have our programs in the school, in the Peekskill School District. So we offer about 6 programs right now throughout the school year, and we've been working collaboratively with the school district for the past, I would say, 8 years. With the Peekskill School District. So we do offer programs there, after-school programs in this district as well as in the center. So within our programs, it's easier to weave our values into the programs because we train our teachers and we send them into the schools. So it's easier that way. So we do serve the school district.
Will this garden be in the Peekskill School District or in the town?
So the garden, we have a small space. So we have a center next to the Bean Runner, and there's a space in the back of our center, so the garden will be there.
Thanks for coming this morning. I really appreciate it. What is your work? I think you're working with partner organizations, right? What's your work like with the Peekskill NAACP? What does that look like? How are you connected to them?
I am a member of the Peekskill NAACP, and we have worked with them before the pandemic. I ran their youth. They started a youth NAACP, and I was part of the advisory for that. So the youth used to meet at NECS and have their programs there. But that closed during the pandemic, and just recently they've started it up again. And so their youth will be meeting with us. And then last year we collaborated actively with the NAACP to take 5 students to Alabama, as you saw. And so the NAACP contributed to that project. And one of the members came with us to Alabama. And so and we're looking for other ways too, but we're focused on the youth within the NAACP because we're trying to have more youth participate and sign up to be part of the NAACP. So we're providing space for them to have their meetings.
Thank you for your presentation. And I had one question as far as the trades. Carpentry, masonry, electrical, is that beyond your realm? Is that more of the Peekskill schools?
So we have, so one of the trades, woodworking, I think we're gonna start next year doing some woodworking. Much of what we do depends on the funding that we get. So the more funding we get, the more we can stretch our wings and do more. So we're limited by how much funding that we have. And woodworking is something that we're thinking about. Our space also is limited to what we can do in the space. So that's also another consideration. But we also, something really exciting that we started this year was a film we partnered a few years ago. Sony Films gave us funding to bring film and photography and the media arts into the hands of the students. So what we started this year is we started a workforce program where we're teaching young people to become filmmakers, make videos and use these tools to make videos for and tell stories, right, in the community. And we've been paying them. So they're learning, and hopefully in the future, they can become, you know, future filmmakers. So that's one workforce program, because we have those tools available to us through Sony, so we are able to do that. And we now have a media production company within our organization, so we're passing on these skills to young people so that they can, we'll do music production and different things like that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can I end with a short quote?
You can, yes.
So ultimately, the work that we do is about love. And so I wanted to share this quote. Ultimately, the power to transform the world is affected by love. Love originating from relationships with the divine. Love ablaze amongst members of a community. Love extended without restriction to every human being. This divine love is disseminated by enkindled souls through intimate conversations that create new susceptibilities in human hearts, open minds to moral persuasion, and loosen the hold of biased norms and social systems so that they can gradually take on a new form of keeping with the requirements of humanity's age of maturity. You are the channels of this divine love. Let it flow through you to all who cross your path. Thank you.
So our time is short, and we're going to continue with our service. Ridvan, thank you. Ridvan is going to stay for coffee hour, so please, bring your questions directly to her. Please be sure that you're looking at the back of your order of service for announcements and for our next service. We will have a service to celebrate the life of Dorothy Bowman next Sunday at 11. Our next actual worship service is December 14th, and we're going to do a solstice service here. I do believe that the coat drive is going to continue, so don't forget to bring your donations for the Zen group is doing a coat drive, and you can drop them off anytime you come here. You can drop them off in the nursery. Our closing hymn is Praise the Source of Faith and Learning, and I'm going to let Pam instruct you. I believe there's a handout at your seat.
There is a handout at your seat. We invite you to stand in body or spirit. This melody will be familiar to many of you as Blue Boat Home, so that might make it a little easier. We have 3 verses. Feel free to listen until you feel comfortable and join on in.
Extra copies anyone need?
Praise the source of faith and learning that has sparked and stoked the mind with a passion for discerning how the world has been designed. Let the sense of wonder flowing from the wonders we survey keep our faith forever glowing and renew our need to pray.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, Pam and Jim and Eric. So our benediction is from Marion Williamson. In every community, there is work to be done. In every nation, there are wounds to heal. In every heart, there is the power to do it. May we be open to being the force of change our communities need, be those changes small or large. And please join me in extinguishing our chalice. We extinguish this flame,
but not the light of love, fellowship, and truth. May we hold it in our hearts until we gather again.
May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on, guide your way on, guide your way on.
Please join me in thanking our musicians this morning. Thank you so much. And to Josh and Mallory, thank you. And to our speaker. Everyone, have a blessed week and love each other and reach out to each other. Please stay for coffee and cookies and make sure you get your questions answered. Thank you, Ridwan.
D major 7, the E major 7, the D major 7. Just blowing through. It's like, oh, Blue Belt home, go.
I got one
Oh,
D
wait,
major
there's
7.
some 7s. Oops, my bad.
D minor 7 for the last one.
Yeah, yeah. The D minor 7, they missed all of them.
Sounded good.
So I'm looking at them on the P, I'm like, oh, huh, I'll get it on the next verse. Huh, I'll get it on the next verse. Oh,
Now-
crap.
now you get it at the next service.
It's over now. Yeah, right?
So you know when you move over, we're going to be...
Yeah. Get out. Like get out music.
We had a conversation over Thanksgiving. My daughter works in the food industry, so getting people out at the end of the day
Yeah.
is sometimes challenging. So I found a video online of someone who gets out a accordion.
Bagpipes would be good.
Yes.
Bagpipes would also help.
Bagpipes are very good. We talked about challenge.
Hey, Vincent? Come up front, you and Laura, and I'm going to get a photo.
Is that nice? I don't know what it is, but I always have a couple like chords that just a little bit different.
It's a G.
Oh, that's just a G.
Okay, that's fine.
Ninth is the second note of the scale, so do, re, da.
Someday I'm gonna have you teach me theory, because I don't know.
This is a C, right?
Yes, and you have that extra.
This one is a C.